It's a bank holiday today here, which means hopefully I've got time to try and work on this water supply again. But first, I'm going to let all the animals know that I'm filming so that they can make as much noise as possible like they usually do. Welcome back to Smallholding on a Shoestring. If you're new to the channel, my name is Luke and this is our smallholding here in the northwest of Ireland. In the last video I was working on the water supply and found that awful remains of a sheep in the tank. That got cleared out. I've just not had time to get on with it and work on it again, but today that's what I'm on with. I've got all the bits and bobs that I need. I needed about 15 meters of pipe, and the only quantity that I could get it in, the shortest that I could get it in, was 50 meters. But finally, for the first time ever, I can actually say that I've got a big pipe. And then I've been and bought a load of fittings. These are Filmac. They are expensive. I wore black for a week after buying these, but they are worth it. They last a lifetime. So let's get on with it. I'm going to go through to the ditch and I'm just going to totally get rid of all the pipework that's down here. And I'm going to totally replumb the house because the piping down this end is an absolute mess. You stay up there where it's nice and safe, yeah? I'll get into the moat and cut this out. I could get drenched here, couldn't I? That's cut. No water came out. I'm very surprised. Ah, there we go. I've got that cut. Now I'll go back and get my pipe. The last owner had the stopcock next to the stone trough down there underground, and I really don't like that. The last thing you want to be doing whilst your kitchen's flooding is digging a hole to try and find your stopcock to turn the water supply off. So I'm going to put a stopcock in up here in the ditch. I am going to insulate this at some point, although it has done obviously fine for God knows how long, totally uninsulated, uncovered, but I will insulate it and just protect it a little bit. So yeah, stopcock where it first comes onto the property. For once, I'm not going to be tight. I'm going to give myself plenty of extra on this pipe now. It's going to come down to the house, so it's going to come along here. I've not dug my trench yet. I'm just getting it set up today, that's all I'm doing. And to be honest with you, I've got a bad back, so I don't really want to be digging a trench. So next up, keeping it keeping plenty of slack in it so that I can adjust it as and when I need to. I'm going to put a T in here and run it to the trough. And I think when I finally set it up running to the house, I might bypass this altogether and just have it for the animals, not servicing the house. But I haven't decided on that yet. Get that out of the way. So, where was I? I was cutting this so I could put a T in. That's the one. And so that I can have, I'm going to run another T off so that I can have water going to the greenhouse, to the growing area. Because it has been an absolute pain. When that dried up, it was a pain watering everything. It's surprising how much water you go through for plants. She's windy. So now the only thing left is to go back up the hill and unblock the water up there and see how bad of a plumber I am. This is my beehive. That's for another video. You can see bees don't bother me. I ain't scared of bees. I don't need a bee suit. Haven't got any bees yet. I've just set it out here hoping that I catch a swarm. Right, let's go up the field. Come on. Better not forget my camera. I just thought this gives me a good opportunity to test my new microphone. So I do listen to people's comments. People say the sound was terrible. I knew it was anyway. But hey, I started this channel just filming on my phone. I then upgraded to a GoPro camera, the latest one. I've now got a microphone, and at some point I will get like proper editing software. I'm just using a free version at the moment. But yeah, so this means that I can move away from the camera and you should still be able to hear me. Can you hear me now? 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 What about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you can, stop messing about, I'm bloody knackered. Whew. So here we are, back at the top trough, next to the spring where the water comes from. You see that I just covered it with a bit of tin sheeting. This is just for now. And I know in the last video I said that I thought there was no water in the spring because of the lack of rain, but actually that wasn't true. A few days later, when I came to put this tin sheet over the top, I found this bit of plastic netting stuck in the pipe. As soon as I pulled that out, it came gushing down here. A lot of comments giving good advice as to what to do with this tank, and I will definitely be doing something that somebody said. At the moment, I'm just leaving it, and I'm leaving it because we're a good while off the water actually servicing the house. Initially, it's just going to be for watering the plants and giving to the animals. So now that the dead sheep's out, I don't need to wash it out thoroughly or anything like that. But I think I'm going to wash it out with lime and then reseal the lid, the cap there, on properly. But at the moment, I'm just leaving it, and it is lovely clear water. The sediment has all settled to the bottom. In the comments last time, I think a few of you thought that I was winding you up and that I'd put the head in here. But what you probably missed in the video is that the whole sheep was in there, and that these bones were coming out. When I was bucketing it out, the bones were in the buckets of water. So no, I didn't contaminate my own water supply. As daft as I am, no, I didn't. And that reaction was genuine. That was, well, maybe it was a little bit fake, because I was more shocked and I was quite disturbed, a lot more than what I showed in the video. But yes, so once this filled up, I then blocked the pipe. Now, if you remember in the last video, it was blocked with a stick. So I thought, well, it works for them, so I'll do the same. but I used a bit of wood. And now I guess I really need to be running back down that hill and seeing what's going on and seeing how much of a bad plumber I am, because it could all be gushing out now and no way of stopping it if that stopcock hasn't worked. Anyway, let's get this on and the rock's back on, and then I'll scurry back down the hill and see what's going on. Even on a miserable cloudy day like today, it's still an amazing view. Come on, Danny. So here we go, the moment of truth. So far, it's dry at the stopcock. Turn him on, I can hear the water. Gosh, it is high pressure. I can hear the trough filling. This is dry. So far, so good. The trough's filling. Fitting to dry. All those are dry. Even that one's dry. Great. Ah, there we go. I've got a leak. And I know exactly why that is, because I didn't have an insert for this bit. There you go, it's not right, I'll turn the stopcock off, get this sorted. So there, the people that say you don't need an insert on MDPE pipe, you do. And I also know I need to get some PTFE tape to put around that. But here's the moment of truth. Have I got water? I have. Now I can water my plants. Don't do that to me. Right, now I can water my plants and water the animals, even if we get a dry spell like we had a few weeks ago, and because our stream nearly dried up completely. So yes, what a great productive day. Having a reliable water supply is going to be great. The alternative was getting a borehole drilled, and the costs of that were going to be phenomenal. I don't even think they would get a truck to our property. So the next up we'll be working on, the next for this pipe work anyway, I don't know when it's going to be, later on in the year anyway, we'll be getting a filtration system set up and then piping that in and then fully servicing the house with water supply. But there's a lot more work to be done before I'm ready for that. Big thank you to everybody that gave loads of advice on the last video with regards to the filtration systems and all that. That was brilliant advice, and I've actually screenshot some of those comments because there was some really good advice in there. Not so much the people saying things like Ireland for the Irish. We'll just skip past those. and the negative ones, I just delete them. So I don't waste your time with the negative comments. So thank you, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.